This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's take a look at the market here. Pre-open, guys, in terms of New York Open. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, non-financial advice, Duke University, Harvard Business School. Looking at the details in terms of the open. I will remind you this stream is not built. It is not built for you to trade on. We have a delay on the trade in terms of, I'd say, the stream. So do be aware of such. We're looking at an 8 to 10 second delay, which is a lifetime, an eternity in the market, as you know. We are 8 wide in terms of time frames. We are T-1 in terms of the specific open in New York. This is Tesla, this is NVDA, this is Bitcoin, our primary trade focus. We look at equities for the purposes of gaining some insight, patterns, etc. Looking at the open right now, we have Tesla to the upside hitting our specific golden short line on the 3-minute time frame on the open. Taking a look at the set on the 5-minute, we're up and over. Buyers will try and enforce the specific top side Bollinger Band on that 5 minutes. So a short and a long opportunity. Looking at Tesla, let's flip over to the specific same golden short line on and opportunity for the bulls to reinforce the specific top side of the Bollinger Band, pardon, on the 3-minute and the 5-minute. That is ongoing. I'll say particularly on the 3-minute. So this is a tug of war this morning as we have opened just a bit higher on both specific issues. Potential gap fill to the downside. If you're a bull, you're in, enforcing on the specifics of Tesla up over the specific. This is the level of volatility that's in focus right now. The specific 5-minute up and over the Bollinger Band with the specific golden short. This is a tight open. Absolutely a tight open, looking at a 0.35 expression. If you caught the specific short on the open, 0.35, nicely done. Looks like bulls are making their way up on Tesla. Let's take a look at NVIDIA as well, trying to push up and above. We will note that on the 30-minute on NVIDIA, we're looking at an expansion. That's the type of pattern we would like to be a part of. Let's take a look at some roadblocks that the bulls will have in terms of the specific. Now let's take a look at the specific additional levels of resistance. Just a tight open. You guys know this is a tight open. Let's take a look at additional lines that are being covered right now. The daily on NVIDIA, pay attention. The daily is in question. We are currently just sitting on the 20 moving average. That's the key level that's trying to be enforced by the bulls. If you're a bull and you're sitting on that 20, congratulations. That's a nice level to try and reinforce. We would say we're over, guys, the 20. We're going to be bullish. Under the 20 on NVIDIA. On the daily, we're going to be bearish. This had quite a bit of grind yesterday. So pay attention and be alerted to that specific fact without a doubt. So that's the line in question, just that we identify that in the first minute or two here on NVIDIA. Taking a look at Tesla, let's go ahead and look at the fact that Tesla, we are underneath the daily 20 moving average. That is noted. Taking a look instead at the 4-hourly is currently trying to be reinforced by the bulls. That would be a natural level for the bulls to try and reinforce this morning. And I'll just tell you, we're going to be looking at our momentum. You'll see on your screen, bull, bull, bull here across the top, along the bottom, bull, bear, bull, bear. This is the momentum gauge directionally established. So directionally established, if we were to look at the 4-hourly with some bullish momentum, we'd want to dig in a little bit closer to that. What does our bullish momentum look like? It looks like we're trying to round the corner up and over here as we're getting up and over and pushing through the specific 20 moving average on the specific 4-hourly time frame. So incorporate all your oscillators, all of your patterns, your multi-time frame, etc. You all know the drill. Taking a look at the specific symmetrical triangulation, we would be looking at such today. I have added in an additional order block feature that I'm currently coding, in the process of coding, to give a bit of an idea of an upper line threshold based on volatility. These are dynamic, they will move. This is not a standard order block that would be generated irrespective of volatility. One of the biggest problems that we see on order blocks or order flow or whatnot they're just not dynamic. They don't express themselves typically within the context of volatility. I have have this programmed right now in order to express or be expressive of volatility and an expression above or below and the preceding levels that may be coming into contact with based on the specifics for, let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla's doing nice, guys. Nicely done. We will make some more progress on this specific volatility indicator that is being worked on, but it's just part of a suite of additional indicators that I'm just, guys, committed to developing in the market. I believe it's a unique opportunity with AI, etc., to really start capturing some long-term alpha and a reputation in the business for being a leader in terms of just a commanding lead. We want a commanding lead in terms of the indicators at work, the level of sophistication, including kernel calculatives and machine learning. We don't want to do it the incorrect way. I'm just going to tell you that in terms of the specific indicator work, we want to be known as the leader in the field of indicator work, and in terms of advanced technical analysis, that's just what I want to be known as personally. So taking a look at the low to high specific, we lined this out yesterday, the pickup along the 50 in terms of that retracement, just kind of a general look here as we would look at Tesla reacting well, up 1.5%. That specific, and we just know without looking now, since we discussed it, the 4 hourly with that rising momentum and that 20 moving average in play is trading. So nicely done. Not a bad look there on the open for. Tesla. So the specific reinforced level, again, bulls still along that top specific Bollinger Band, the second standard deviation. You'll see that bulls just reinforcing up and above, reinforcing up and above. Now, as we discussed yesterday, the over the 200 weekly on Bitcoin is bullish. Under the 200 weekly on Bitcoin is what? Is bearish. 200 weekly moving average. The same principle, over bullish, under bearish, can be applied to your specific Bollinger Band, okay? So with the caveat that we've got quite a slope to this specific band, all right? That specific target level, the slope of your target level can and will, really should affect your specific approach to that over and under litmus test that you may apply. Look at the 15-minute. If that's one of your favorite time frames and you have that up on a full screen, we are consolidated here, as you know, but looking at that nice, just bam, 20 moving average is the ticket on that item. Now, these are condensed, consolidated on one screen. You may have each of these up or your favorite time frames up on one screen so that we're not, so that you're not consolidated, condensed, and squinting into your specific charts. This is a nice guys, multi-screen option here. I'd recommend that you really invest in your setup, absolutely, and gain that alpha advantage. Looking at the specific cap line feature here, we will be aware of the cap line feature on the specific daily, potentially incoming. That level likes to be, likes to be active. It likes to interact, as we would see an upcoming level of potential resistance on the move today for Tesla, 1.75%. And we see that 4 hourly 20 moving average engaging. We're going to be watching that top line level of the specific daily cap line feature. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Let's cross back over to NVIDIA. And if we can put it into some context here with the week rolling through. Yesterday was a bit of a sell-off, to say the least. A lot of the gloom and doom, as you know, that gloom and doom. And what are we looking at on NVIDIA? We're gonna take it to the bank, guys, in terms of the weekly green buy line enforcing. Boom. This week it was what? On Monday was the specific 20 moving average on that weekly. So the weekly time frame has been very important. All right, in terms of trading, it is an important level. It's in play along with the monthly moving average on Bitcoin. As we were to look at Bitcoin right now under the specific 20 moving average, 3 minute time frame, 20 moving average, about to come into contact with the specific cap line on the 5 minute. Looking at just the order blocks that I have above and below, you can disregard them to the extent that you would like to. However, you'll see on the 8 hourly, you'll see a nice conformance with that top cap line structure, order blocks up and above, just to give some increased notification visually to those levels so that they are in play as you assess them. The monthly, the daily, what's really in play right now? The daily cap line, we talked about this yesterday in terms of the specific stream that we had, and yes, bam, we've seen some interaction here at the cap line, has traded positively to the upside. The extent to which we will go back to the highs. I discussed the cut loose yesterday on the short on Bitcoin. It was a nice, I'll just say this, we had a nice short that was indicated very cleanly in terms of the specific cross back under that 200 weekly moving average. Okay, what I'll say is in line with the hit here on preceding flat top resistance, I discussed, would you cut loose? Should you cut loose? Are you taking profits? And if so, are you disappointed in taking profits when you knew this would be a likely level of interaction below? Please review yesterday's stream. And actually you can't, because I took it off the air because we had some overrun with the CNBC. I didn't want to get a copyright claim on that. Sorry, the desktop player for CNBC was too loud. Take a look at the 4-hourly. What did we see here on the 4-hourly? The cross under the 20 moving average on Bitcoin. And as we look at the momentum, has been dropping, and we have been trajecting to the upside. We notice that divergence. I'm going to say this in terms of the flip under a 20 moving average without hitting the specific bottom side band. The hourly came into a complication as we did traject up and over the hourly specific Bollinger Band and had that more reliable momentum just based upon trajectory to the upside, move up and over the 20 on Bitcoin, and the interaction with the specific topside band. Nice to see such, and our fire nice, of course. So to the extent that we have curled back around to re-engage and allow bears to re-engage on the 20 moving average from a short standpoint, that's noted. Okay, we look at the 20 moving average, particularly the 4-hourly is reliable. We find that in terms of the 20 moving average is a very nice central focal piece, expected interaction on Bitcoin with consistency. And just remind yourself from which point we did traject to the upside on this most recent move. What was that big green candle that printed, boom, directly from, that was over a 5-6% move. That's a heyday of a move, guys. That's nice. Huh? That's not a heyday, but that's a bravo moment. You catch it. Just congratulations to anybody who caught it at a 5.86% move. That'll put you in a good mood for the day. Maybe a couple days if you catch that right. Where? Exactly on the 4-hourly 20 moving average. Hey, we agree. Okay, nicely done. Nice interaction at that level. We consistently see that on the 4-hourly. If you're not trading it, you're choosing not to trade it. I just tell you that you're choosing not to focus on it and trade it. We mention it so frequently. You can't miss it if you're scheduled in and paying attention. So looking at the momentum shift here, the lower time frame shifting downward, that hourly still positive in terms of that momentum. Is it rolling off, tapering off? Definitely to be noted. Looks like that same rounding off may be, or that tapering off of momentum could be visually occurring here as we were to look at Tesla and the nice move that we got today. Again, just park it in the mind. Again, separate monitors. Would you like a separate spread of every monitor, essentially having the entirety of this information available instead of the condensed? It could make sense, guys. Could be very nice if you have like a Tesla controlled trade desk, and that's your centralized kind of command center for Tesla trading. Don't do it lightly. Do it the right way, guys. In terms of that specific threshold that we're seeing, the 15-minute is a nice time frame this morning to take a look at with the 20 moving average interaction and that golden short level coming into play, along with that top pro line from pardon the fire and ice. And so a nice open as the 4-hourly is trying to be reestablished in terms of the up and over on the 20. Nice to see. Bulls reestablish and hold that. That was the opportunity of the day. If we call it a trade op, that just means an opportunity. Hope you're all doing well and engaged in the market. As you look at the specific challenge to the upside, we called this as well. Bam. If you hit it, congratulations. You've engaged for profit. That would be the capital line on Tesla on the daily, which we just discussed prior here too. As we were assessing, you got a 0.4% move there. This is not overly complicated. Takes a little bit of practice, takes a little bit of understanding, and you got to be willing to trade. You have got to be willing to trade and change up your, if you can trade your old habits for good habits, that's going to be the #1 trade in the market. If you can trade your old habits for good habits, that's going to be your #1 trade in the market. And if you can't do that, you're going to be trading against yourself literally. As you're trading, you're going to be making a bad deal with yourself as you literally are trying to trade with others in the market. Trade your old bad habits in for new habits. Try and trade your old bad habits in for new habits. 20 moving average on NVDA. This is engaged, okay, in terms of that specific short opportunity. So we're seeing the bears move in after about 10, 12, 13 minutes here of the New York session after a nice feature hold to the upside based upon what was it on NVIDIA, the daily 20 moving average, okay, and on Tesla, the specific 4 hourly specific moving average. Relevancy of our cap line noted on the daily for Tesla, bam, into it, nicely done with a flash trade. Maybe a big heavy-handed trade, may be very nice. We're going to dig into the lower time frames on the specific guys in the room in the back. We're going to be looking and assessing at this micro feature of expansion on NVIDIA that we're definitely paying attention to, with the understanding that yes, this is a micro specific level of volatility. If you pay attention to our stream enough, you will know that yes, we do love to trade volatility expressions, but we are cognizant of those micro features. And we prefer always and are prepared always to interact with these macro level features. Bit of an inverse head and shoulders possible here. Just call the breakout on the neckline. If you're trading NVIDIA, this would be a nice move to the upside. I'll check in with the chats very quickly. Let me see what's going on. Let's see what we have going on. If there's anything I need to answer real quickly. Otherwise, I will let you all go and have a good trade day. Some nice action up and over. Bulls pushing the button on the 4 hourly, right on that 4 hourly on Tesla. You got it. And pushing that button on what? On NVIDIA on the daily 20 moving average. So if you're in a trade, what do I always say? It's not a question of if you'll make money, it's how much. And if you're in that position right now, let's dig into the back. Let's look at some targets. And guys, have a great start of your trade day, or if you're already well into it and overseas, we look forward to being a further part of it on the market close. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Way to hit the New York Open Bulls. Congratulations, you held your lines on a video on Tesla, and I'll say on Bitcoin. Between yesterday and today, you held that specific preceding level of resistance to support. If you cash out on your short, you're probably not sweating as much. If you re-engage with additional shorts at this level, then congratulations, guys. You're trading with the frequency and duration and the margin that's comfortable for you. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice, Duke University, Harvard Business School. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.